because I feel like sometimes a part of me is saying, you're called to love them, but you don't necessarily have to like them. I do imagine a scenario where I don't have to necessarily like someone. I might not even know them to have to love them in a sense, in the way that Aquinas to will the good of the other. But is that a healthy attitude to take, maybe, of, especially because there might be those people who have hurt us, and we are in that process of trying to forgive. Would that be unhealthy? Maybe let me phrase it that way. Would it be unhealthy to think that it's okay, we're called to love them, but we're not necessarily called to like them? Would that be an unhealthy way of thinking about it?
No, I don't think it's unhealthy. I think you can't control who you like sometimes, but you can control whether you will the good for them, right? Whether you love them. And friendships are based on liking people, right? And that's something that just kind of happens like instinctively. You can work on a friendship, but when you meet someone and you have that connection and you have the same interests and you're like, yeah, like we're friends, or you have a history, like that's something that uh, you can't have with every single person. You can't be everyone's friend, and you have to accept that. I think as I'm getting older, I realize that, yeah, like actually I have a core group of friends, who, I'm not going to be friends with everyone I meet, and that's okay. But what does it mean to love them, to will their good, even if we don't have anything in common, even if I maybe don't even like spending time with them sometimes, but I'm called to treat them like a brother or sister, right? Like um, to love them in the same way that God loves them. So yeah, I think it's uh, you can't force friendships. I mean, if your heart is close to that person and there's like resentment or hatred or um, then that's another thing, right? But I think it's okay just to accept, yeah, like I'm not friends with that person, that's okay, but I love them and I will the good for them, which ultimately is I want them to be um, have that joy that comes from being in a relationship with God, right? And to have Christ in their hearts.
Yeah, I think that's, yeah, you're